The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles. And broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Wake up, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison's. Ladies, it's been a minute. How y'all doing?
It feels like
Wake up! Happy, merry, belated Christmas. Yeah, there we go. No, I kind of made it up. It's fine. Because Christmas was last week.
It do feel like it. We were just saying we feel like this game was forever ago.
I know.
Yeah, it did feel like that.
Yeah.
How was y'all's Christmas?
It was good.
Good? Yes.
Kudos to the Cowboys. Kudos to Cowboys Nation, the ones that showed up Christmas Day and took over the lower level of FedEx Field, or I'm sorry, Northwest Field, whatever it's called now. But yeah, that was a great showing. And, that was like a ping pong match in the first half, you know, with both offenses going back and forth. And I know we say it every week, same song, umpteenth verse, but the Cowboys offense struggled in the second half. But that was an entertaining game. And, the defense is still, gave up way too many catalytic plays. But I think the offense, the way they controlled the ball and got off to a great start, it was actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for y'all. And y'all got to travel and get the win, seventh win of the season.
Thank
Y'all got to
goodness.
witness
I
it.
got to walk around Washington, D.C. It was all festive.
Love
and
that.
Tree lights, everything.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was good, and I think we knew going into it was going to be competitive, regardless of what the records were, what was on the line. And I think the two plays that stood out to me, and I was like, yeah, it's happening. It was Javante's run where he put somebody's son on their behind, and then Deebo Samuel knocking somebody else. Was it Wilson?
It was
Donovan Wilson. Yeah, knocked his helmet off.
Knocked his helmet. I was like, oh, yeah.
And that's physical and physical.
I was like, these boys came to play. We're not going to the playoffs. We're starting whatever. No, it was real. And that's what's like, oh, this is exciting. And to Chrissy's point, second half, I was like, what's going on out there? Got a little scared there. I'm not going to lie to you. People that was cooking that shouldn't have been cooking against the Cowboys. And we'll get into that. Yeah. But no, it was super competitive, and it was super fun to watch. And talking to Schottenheimer after, he said that his team did exactly what he knew his team was going to do and come out there and play for each other and bring the intensity. And he even brought up the Marshawn Kneeland and said, this is what I'm talking about. This team is playing how how they believed his teammate wanted them to play, and that's what he was super proud of. And it was like, it got me a little emotional, but no.
Amen, same man. Cowboys get a gift on Christmas Day, 7th win of the season. They're 7-8-1 in the season, and they get the win over the Washington Commanders. But I think the biggest thing to note there is the way that they were able to run the football. Javonte Williams goes down, and Malik Davis, Hunter Lipke, they hold it down for the run game. Season high 211 rushing yards, career day for Malik Davis, and that's something that, granted, we can say that Washington isn't like that the team to measure it, how successful their run game was, but they were still efficient. Talk about Malik Davis. I feel like we haven't talked about him enough, just because obviously we had a guy like Javonte Williams holding it down, but just talk about this run game and what they did well in order to get the win in Washington.
Yeah, I thought they got some good, especially early in the game. I thought they got some good push, especially kind of bouncing to the outside, trying to attack the edges. That's where you saw Javonte put that dude on his tail. I think Dallas saw that their corners could be weak coming, and sometimes their edges can be late. And they've had a lot of injuries, so Dallas decided to attack there. As far as Malik Davis, I think that as he has had more time to get in a rhythm, and one thing that stands out to me is the patience that he runs with. He's very quick-footed in between the tackles. He's kind of a slippery guy already, but I think his vision as he's gotten to play a little bit more through the last couple of weeks, you can see the improvement in him actually reading the defenses. And guys that's a position that you need that for. I'm extremely proud of him because I've been working for the team for 4 years now. This is my fourth season. Going in the locker room, the guy has gotten cut, released, brought back, all these different things, and he's just stayed ready. And I think that he's been a good addition to kind of what you want to do run game wise, to just have a guy that has a little bit more breakaway speed than Javonte Williams, but also too, he's not afraid to get hit in the teeth. Sometimes like you look at a guy that's a little bit, he's a little bit more slight than a Javonte, but he's not afraid. I was watching him on Sunday, and I was Thursday, and I was like, dang, like he's not afraid to kind of dip his shoulder. Some of that yardage he got was after contact as well. So very proud of him and his story, and I think that he's helped because Javonte Williams has been really your main ball carrier, and so he's taking some of the weight off of him.
Yeah, and the physical part that you mentioned, Aisha, isn't just dipping shoulder to take on a defender while running the ball, but in pass protection.
Oh, yeah.
Is he as good as Javonte? No, Javonte's definitely stouter, but Malik is certainly willing, and it slows him down just enough for Dak to get the ball, get the pass away. But Hunter Lipke, too, nice to see him. We always joke on the radio, you can't, you can only hope to contain him. But, the way one more thing about Javonte, though. The guy for 3 weeks now has been playing with a bum shoulder. That stinger from a couple weeks earlier than the Christmas Day game, he comes over to the sideline. You can tell it's bothering him, right? And he took himself out fairly early. Malik got a lot of carries early in that game, and then they were able to rest Javonte for the second half, and that's when Malik and Hunter were able to finish it out. But that guy's been a warrior. The other thing is there are very few Cowboys that have playing incentives that have been reached. In fact, only two. Terrence Steele in terms of percentage of offensive snaps, and then Javonte hit 2 incentives this year because he got a dozen touchdowns and then over 1,250 scrimmage yards. So good for Javonte, but be interested to see if they play him in this final game.
Yeah, I think Malik Davis has been just the guy who you can rely on, even though we were talking about him early in the season, how he fits in this running back room. And I think he just continues. He kind of reminds me of like what Flanoy has been able to do in the wide receiver room. And just kind of be like that sneaky, constant piece who's doing the dirty work and being asked. And when he does get those opportunities, he takes advantage. Again, a guy who was on the couch and then they needed a body to come into preseason. So like, who's playing running back? Everybody's hurt. No one's available. They're not playing the starters. So I just credit to him, and talking to him in the locker room too. When he got he went in there were like a drought where he hadn't scored, and then he got like back-to-back weeks where he found the end zone. Like that's huge, and he was very humble about it. It didn't mean as much to him because he's like, at the end of the day, we lost because they ended up losing that game. But I just think he's a silent piece. Obviously, he's not expensive. And I think he's proven he deserves a spot on this roster when you're talking about how this room looks come next season. And I know Schottenheimer, again, talking to him after the game, I asked specifically just about his, not only what he's doing, but his journey. And he has the most respect for him about how he shows up and is gritty and does the dirty work. And I think that's why we get excited when like Lipke gets a little bit of shine too. He's another guy who does a lot of the dirty work.
A lot of dirty work, yeah.
And it matters, especially when this, and we're probably going to break it down, but the pass game for Cowboys looked a little shaky in places, and the ending looked how it was, is because your run game you're able to go to it and stick with it.
Yeah. 92 plays on offense, and it's not an overtime game. I mean, that's
crazy.
That's a college game. With the number of plays. So that was outstanding.
Yeah, they dominated time of possession. And
over 38 minutes.
And you know what, like, I mean, offensively, there were some things like, well, I want to start with the quarterback. I think the protection was iffy at times. I feel like Cooper Beebe had one of his, maybe one of his, not so good games.
Weaker games?
Yes, weaker games, my bad. Yeah, I feel like this is one of his weaker games. There was a lot of interior pressure that Dak was getting as well. But also, too, I felt like he wasn't as patient with some of his reads. He was hesitant at times. I think Washington was doing some things on the back end. Teams are seeing some familiar things that kind of changing the picture because he's so good. He's good. He's so good pre-snap. They got to try to do it post-snap, dealing with him. And so, I feel like he kind of Dak's mechanics, I thought he struggled, at times in this game. He's really clean, and there was other times where you were just like, I don't know if it's there. I think that affected the pass game as well, to your point, Bree.
I didn't know if you, my bad. I didn't know if you was going to keep going. Sorry.
No, she had a good point. She had a good point.
No, the pass game, you talk about a Kavonte Turpin who, the big 72 yard, 86?
Yeah, that seam route, yeah.
Yeah, seam route, touchdown. A lot of guys, you saw some good things from. I think someone else that we should kind of talk about as well, because we don't know if he will be back next year, is a Jalen Tolbert, right? Having to step in for Ryan Flanoy because he was out injured. Talk about what you saw from, JT, and was it good enough to say, hey, like, let's try to keep him around for 2026?
Well,
Aisha?
yeah.
Or Kirsty?
Yeah, well, for a minimum, for a lesser deal.
Yeah.
He's the kind of role player, the dirty work kind of guy, quiet, goes about his business, just what we were saying about Malik a couple of minutes ago. But it's not just him being inactive. A few times it's either been he or Mingo that have been up, but if not for Flanoy being down, then Jalen probably would have been inactive again this week. But it's the trust that not only Shoddy but Dak has in him as well to go for it on those key fourth down conversions. So it's not just he didn't have a high number of targets and a high number of catches, but it was quality. So quality over quantity, a guy like Jalen. And you could say that really for his whole career.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like him, again, just being ready to play, despite what's happened to him, despite what they say, letting a freshman steal your spot. Like, my bad. But anyway, I think this is also, his last year of his deal, if I'm not mistaken, so it's important for him to, as we talk about gentlemen, getting some tape that's effective for them. He understands that. I'm sure that all of them understand that. He understands he's been inactive multiple times. He knows what that means. So I also feel like this was an opportunity for him to do some stuff for himself and show what he's still capable of. So I thought he had a pretty good game outside of some of the blocking stuff, because that's just not his stilo.
Yeah, Tolbert, I just feel like we just keep seeing him fade a little bit. I think this game, the last game, is going to be him putting tape for somebody else. That's just how it feels, especially when we're talking about, Flanoy, what he looked like, what he was able to do in a year, right? Someone we kind of faded away at camp, and then even this year was kind of quiet at camp, and then really emerged, right? Beating out the Jalen Brooks of the world. I kind of were more interested to see what the Trayshawn Holdens of the world look like going in, because we know what we get out of Jalen Tolbert. It's been pretty consistent. And I think with the stacked up wide receiver room, especially with George Pickens coming back, I just think I think you got year 3 somewhere else that's better and more depth for what this team is looking for. I just think we know what Jalen Tolbert brings, and I could kind of maybe see, to Christy's point, if it's not very expensive, but I think Tolbert could get more from another team.
Are you guys shocked that JT has kind of, in a sense, faded a little bit? Granted, you have seen, Ryan Flanoy step up in a big way, but are y'all shocked considering, you saw glowing remarks from, Shoddy in training camp from this offseason about the way that, Jalen Tolbert had improved and how he stepped up in those big moments? But does it shock y'all a little bit?
No, just because there's only one football to go around. And so when you have a George Pickens, right, and you've got a Jake Ferguson, and then we're all saying, get Brevin Spanford more involved, And
Brevin, that's me every week.
Javonte can catch the ball out of the backfield, So I'm not surprised that his numbers went down so dramatically. I mean, I don't think anyone expected Flanoy to step up the way that he did, to make as many big plays as he did. But, it was going to be a challenge for him to get a lot of targets this year, Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think the special teams part plays a huge role into it as well, because that's one thing that Ryan Flanoy does. I remember we got to talk to him on draft night here, and no one really knew what he was going to be, because it was random. It was kind of random. Everybody was like,
that's fair.
Who is this man? And then you go look at his tape and you're like, oh, okay, I see it. I see it. But really, even talking to him his rookie year, when I talked to him, he was expecting to be a special teams guy. He wanted to work. And he was. And he has been. He's been a gunner. Yes, he was a gunner. Dallas is also in a place too where you've say what you want to say. You have lost veterans and important people on that side of the ball. It's shown this year. Your numbers have dramatically dropped in the special teams department. So this also, to me, I think had to do with, yes, Flournoy is reliable. He's shown he's tough. He's tough. He's a competitor. All those things. But I also think that the Tolbert and him conversation really lies in special teams as well, and what Flournoy has been able to do, because even before he was catching balls in the offense, dog, he was out there busting his tail in punt coverage. I mean, so I think I think it kind of goes into the mentality that they kind of want these guys to have. And this is not at all to say anything negative about Tolbert. I'm just saying that I think that what they're looking for kind of suits. It seems like it is more suited to kind of how Ryan Flournoy is right now. And I'm not surprised, unfortunately, because Tolbert has waves. Yeah. He has waves. He's had waves his whole time here, as that he'll come out. Sometimes he'll be incredibly efficient. He was one of the best receivers last year, if I'm not mistaken, on fourth down. Like, in those fourth down situations, he's very reliable. But it's some of the in-between stuff in the game that you're looking for. I think you said consistency and stuff. One thing about Flournoy, when the ball comes his way, he is typically consistently there and ready, and then the blocking and all those things. It's just too much.
Running at the top of his route.
And running at the he's more physical at the top of his route as well. I think the physicality as well plays a role.
Absolutely.
I say, to your point, your original question, no, because of two things.
Bree, I'm gonna keep it short.
Mingo came for a 4th-round pick because reality was Tolbert was supposed to be number 2, and it didn't. I know he had leading the touchdowns. I think that's a little, again, to Kirsty's point, that ball had enough to go around last year because of we saw the offense, the pieces that were missing, right? The number 2 didn't step up, and that was supposed to be Tolbert. I remember sitting down with him in camp, and he felt like this was, and it just didn't play out. For what you just mentioned, the inconsistency, sometimes I remember Pittsburgh, he was the king of the North, right? And then it just it wasn't consistent. But you knew he could do it in big moments, but you can't rely on it. You can't be a number 2 if can't rely on you. And then second reason, George Pickens. Now we bringing in George Pickens. No one knew how it was going to blow up like this. It could have been like he had the potential and the ceiling, and there was all these questions about attitudes, whatever have you. Nobody could have gathered that he's about to be probably one of the highest paid receivers.
And that he's going to be your Pro Bowl receiver and not CD Lamb. Oh, we all know that.
That was not on the bingo card. So those are the 2 reasons why.
I'm pretty sure Nicole said that. Didn't you say that coming in?
I don't know. I got to look back at the tape. I don't know what I said.
She didn't. I'm joking.
I don't think I did.
I'm joking, but
no, I think to go back to all y'all ladies' points, I remember asking CD, like, what's something that you feel needs to improve a little bit with Jalen Tolbert's game? He said his confidence, man, like he just thinks a little too much. So that's probably the what's lead to the inconsistencies when you talk about the way that he runs his routes and things like that. So hopefully, we do see a Jalen Tolbert back here, but we don't know. Of course, time will tell. But we got more to talk about. Got to dive into this Cowboys defense up next here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk. We'll be right back. We're going to take our first break.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys, only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Welcome back into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, and as promised, we got to break down this Cowboys defense. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think they had a pretty decent start holding Washington to a field goal, first drive, punt. And then, of course, they gave up a touchdown on their third offensive possession. But overall, I would say it's a little bit inconsistent. They were able to get to the quarterback, get off on third downs when they needed to, but still big plays after big plays from Deebo Samuel. I was sick. Still allowed, but just talk about, the Cowboys defense. What is still missing from this unit that you need to see? Aisha, you look stressed. So I'm going to go to you.
No.
Wow. How much time? We have extended
25
coverage
minutes
today.
Let's do it.
Ask Christy.
A pass rush, communication in the defensive backfield.
Same old, yeah.
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 Running what's called.
Yeah.
I'm sick of y'all.
I mean, because it feels like we say the same thing, so it's really hard. But I'm gonna say this with all due respect. Also, think it's where are you, brother?
Oh God.
Solomon Thomas, where are you, brother?
I hate her.
Truly.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Listen, no, I'm serious. Quentin Williams is one of the best defender on the field. Like, he was the best defender on the field, but where the heck? Hey, where are these interior play? Those three techs, you need them, and it's just not enough. I mean, you going up against a Tyler Biotish that is turned into one of the better centers in the NFL. I want to give him his props. He plays some good football. He gets injured in the game. You still can't get pressure.
And they're playing without their tackles.
You hear me? Mm-hmm. How many times do we have to see them go up against offensive lines that are not well-equipped, if I'm being nice, and you can't get pressure? I mean, this is Josh Johnson we're talking about, and this is no offense to him, but this is a gentleman. He's not a quick hitter quarterback. He will hold on to the ball. He holding on to the ball, singing Merry Christmas to you, and you still can't sack him. I was frustrated. And I'm frustrated now. And I also, too, I really feel like with Donovan Izaraku, it's been a long season. Mm-hmm. Those Nuggets, their legs get a little tired, towards the end of the season. And so I think he has some conditioning and stuff to do. Clowney played his tail off. Now, that's one thing I ain't going to say.
Game.
Yes, Jadeveon Clowney made some fantastic plays backside, chasing down the ball, the pursuit, obviously the run defense. I tweeted out during the game, hey, y'all gotta bring this brother back. The way the defensive end room is looking. Jadeveon Clowney looked good, but you're not getting enough from your other interior defensive players. You're not getting enough from them. And then your secondary struggle, and I'm going to let y'all go talk about that because I ain't trying to get in trouble. I ain't trying to be. But the second, you can talk about the secondary ladies and what they looked like as well.
Jadeveon Clowney, by the way, generated 6 pressures, 1.5 sacks on 16 pass rushes. That was a 37.5%.
That is our senior citizen.
And post-game, Bree and I, we were there post-game when Jadeveon was speaking, and he was asked about whether he wanted to come back to the Cowboys and if he would be open to that. And
he expects to play next year.
Please, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's doing this. Yeah, he's been playing well, y'all. He's probably one of your
He's your most consistent defensive player other than Quinnen.
Yeah, and I think when we talked about it, you lost Micah, but you also lost D-Law, who's balling out, by the way.
Pro Bowl in Seattle.
And Clowney is a guy that kind of solves a little bit of that just that edge defender, that consistent veteran. And then also, too, he's a professional. He takes all of it seriously, and he wants to win games. I think he would be a very good veteran to establish, to keep, and to, build off of. But, yeah, defensively, girl, you didn't get enough pressure. There were some communication issues in the secondary. Deebo Samuels had attitude, clearly. Yeah. And, that was really it for me. I mean,
too many catalytic plays allowed. That was bad.
Yeah, going back to what Chrissy said about how the game, was like so competitive, going back and forth. It shouldn't have been. Not like that. Not with a third. They're at their third string quarterback that they just threw back in there.
Backup tackles, all this.
Yeah,
and had only 42 plays on offense.
And it was the big plays again. I mean, it's the same story every week. It's hard to say, like, oh, they just have to, like, when I laugh with because that's like, your question is so loaded because there's just so much. Like, I just want to blow up the defense and just start over.
What's the hand motion?
That's me. That's my bomb. I just blew it up a little bit because it's just like, it's just a mess. I'm just interested to see what this team really has up their sleeve between the draft, the personnel. You can't, if you're the front office, it's got to eat you to see that teams fear your offense and have no respect for you on defense.
None, y'all.
Yeah. I think, and even I think we even said it ad nauseum, like, this quarterback situation, going down to your third string quarterback, y'all should be eating up front. I mean, look at what the Texans were able to do to, the Chargers. Hello. It's like 6 sacks. So that's something that I feel like I expected out of this Dallas defense when you are facing a third string quarterback. Josh Johnson, 15 passes for 198 yards and only sacked twice. But yeah, talk about the secondary. Aisha, you made a good point. Donovan Wilson looking a little lost. Even Hooker looking a little lost as well. You had Savone Rebel, who had somewhat of a decent day, but talk about the secondary and what kind of lacked there.
Tackling.
Yeah.
This playing off coverage. My God. Like, how many times this is even a quarterback that thrives in the quick game. So, like, to be giving that much leverage up willingly, especially when you see that your pass rush not getting home consistently. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. And that's what I'll say. It's like, a lot of what's going on doesn't make sense. And it don't make sense to some of the players either, because Malik and Trayvon and all y'all, why are y'all still the play clock is at 1.
Oh, yeah.
They over here talking. There's no way. Like, this is not week 1. This is not week 2. This is not even week 5. Like, you are at the end of the season, and there are still so many gentlemen that don't know what's going on, don't know what the coverage is, and that's what I'm saying is, like, everybody look bad. Everybody. For real. I'm serious. Like, even, like I said it the other day, even Quinnen is getting some of the dusty.
Yeah.
Because it's not consistent enough, and I wish I could do this. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I wish I had something like super deep to say. I watched a couple of them defensive plays and I stopped because you can't break down the miscommunication.
Yeah, because you're not sure. I mean, it's like, it's so confusing to watch. It's
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
what was it supposed to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think that some of the solutions, or some of the guys coming back like off of injury or coming off of IR, things that were supposed to make it better, they did short term with Quinnen coming in. I mean, great move, great thing, deserving of the Pro Bowl in my opinion, and all that kind of stuff. But Revel, I think, started off well, but he's been exposed the past few games, and that's I'm not saying that to be detrimental. He's a young guy, and he's gonna learn some hard lessons in the NFL, and I doubt. Well, we'll get an update from Coach Schottenheimer, but seeing how he was barely moving in the post-game locker room. I mean, he got hurt at the end of that game and don't even know if he'll be able to finish. Yeah, he had the cognitive evaluation, and then, he got his neck jammed and stuff. And so I don't even know if he'll be able to play this final week. But the other thing is, Logan Wilson didn't get a defensive snap.
Yeah, that's what I was literally just looking at.
Kenneth Murray played all 42 defensive snaps. Yeah. So that thing of him coming in and helping, he started one game, but even after that one start, they went back to Murray as the starter and getting the majority of the snaps. So that didn't come through the way that you hoped it would come through. And then, that Jerry and the front office are counting on Trayvon coming back, but what's his opponent's, the quarterback's rating on targets to Trayvon is over 156. Yep. So it's pretty poor. You can only get 2 percentage points worse, 2 points worse than what he's had. I mean, that's like historically bad.
156.3.
156.3 and 158.6 is a perfect passer rating. So all of these things that you thought the cavalry's on the way, it was with Quinnen Williams, but the other moves, short term, for a few games, but overall hadn't helped.
The next highest is 136.3 Deontay Banks.
Oh, and guess who the Cowboys play on Sunday? Deontay Banks. Yeah. There you go. Giants cornerback.
I feel like we just get.
I remember Deontay Banks.
But he did have a kickoff return for a touchdown. So against the Raiders.
Christy, do you know anything about the reason why they were trying to limit Logan Wilson's snaps?
I don't.
No?
I don't. I knew that Murray was going to get the vast bulk of the work. Yeah. But I kept looking at the notes because I didn't remember Wilson going out there, but I kept looking saying, surely he got a couple, at least a series or two. But, I didn't realize it would go from nearly, like 38% or 42%, which he had been averaging, to nada.
Yeah. What?
And I'm not aware of any like injury or illness. I mean, he was activated and
look fine.
What? Say it.
Because Christy said you asked Christy why. I'm sitting over here like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I seen it. I've been seeing it. I said no why.
Say it.
Huh?
But we also know why they brought him in and why they thought it was a 7th round pick that they traded to Cincinnati. So not super high compensation.
How many picks they got this year?
Well,
1, 2, 3. You don't got a third.
Nope.
4. You got a 4?
Don't have a second either.
You don't have a second?
Don't have a second or third round pick.
Barnacles.
You have 2 first-round picks.
1. So you got 2 first-round picks. You have a
fourth.
A fourth.
No.
You might get some comp picks in the 5th. We'll see. A 6. Maybe you get some comp picks. And then you don't have, you might lose a 7th. Or you don't have a 7th.
Well, you did. You traded a 7th.
Barnacles.
Yep. It's all right.
That means we're going to have to have faith in free agency? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. I'm already sick.
All right. We're going to take our second break here on Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by
We'll get some attention for Aisha. Medic.
We'll be right back.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys. Only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
Welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Christy Scales, Aisha Morrison, and we want to clarify some things. The Cowboys in 2026 have 2 first-rounders. They have one fourth-round pick, 3 fifth-round picks, and 2 seventh-round picks. So it should be a little interesting, and also a couple of comp picks possibly as well. But Christy, what else you got?
Yeah, it's just with the compensatory picks, that comes when like you lose somebody in free agency, they play really well for another team, then your compensatory pick will be higher because most of the picks are say like in the 5th round or so, but they can be higher. And so if you have someone like DeMarcus Lawrence playing well, then that's going to be higher. But what's really important about compensatory picks is a few years ago, the NFL changed the rule where you can trade compensatory picks because for many years you would receive the pick, but you couldn't do anything with it other than select a player. You couldn't use it to move up and down the draft and deal it for another player or for another pick. So that's important, and it changed a lot of draft strategy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's going to be interesting.
that made me
you
feel
excited
a
for
little
draft?
bit better.
Are you excited for draft coverage?
Yeah, I'm excited to do the draft. I'm excited too because I feel like it's a privilege to be able to tell these kids' story, tell these players' story, and be some of the first like people that talk about these guys. So, but also too, it's future planning, and it helps my anxiety too because I'm like, hey, if they draft this guy, they might be all right. Yeah. It might help out.
Because Aisha is a glass half full kind of person. No, I mean it is. It gives everybody hope for the future, right?
It does. True. The draft will do that. And Chris said that there is projected to be 4 comp picks, possibly, not 100% sure, but that makes me feel a little bit better about the draft overall, with you not having a 2nd or 3rd, knowing that maybe you might get an extra 4th, maybe for like a DeMarcus Lawrence. The 4th is really rich, so I'm excited about that. So it might mellow out everything.
Y'all ready for a game?
Huh?
Playing a game? Yep. Gotta make it fun.
Okay.
All right. It's called, well, it's not Christmas anymore, but it's still the holiday season. Okay. So, Presents Under the Tree.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. All right. So, you get to give 3 gifts. All right. Well,
what's my budget?
You get 3 gifts. Okay. But you get to either keep it, return to sender, or choose that it still needs assembling.
Ooh, I like this.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Return to sender.
So keep it, return it, or still needs assembly.
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, you choose, but your gifts are like what you saw out of the Cowboys Washington matchup.
Okay. Got it.
All right. So we're gonna start with what you want to keep. All right. Gift number 1. ¿Qué quieres?
Oh my God.
Keep. What do you want? Anybody?
What do you
want to keep?
What do you want to keep? ¿Qué quieres? What do you want to keep?
I didn't know the word keep.
I was wondering what's she said?
That's
What was
fine.
the last word?
All right. Cool. Okay. Anybody?
Keep on the team.
No. Like, what did they do well?
The big play
What
to
do you wanna
Cavante was fun.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we had because he's been
I don't know what you said.
he's been under wraps, right? We hadn't seen him really get a chance to get out and show his speed, whether as a returner or deep pass. So that was fun. Yeah, I'd like to keep that. I'd like to keep it and parlay it into next week's game.
Yeah, I'm going to run game. Yeah, obviously, you don't know if you're going to see Javonte Williams, but he's somebody you definitely want to keep for 2026. But I would say keep the way that the run game was going.
Because that offensive line was smashing at times.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, are you think you're going to see Jaden Blue then? next week?
I don't know. I don't.
If Javonte doesn't play?
I think that you should because at this. Oh God, because I think that you should just to see like. What do you have in a Jaden Blue at this point of the season?
I mean,
Granted,
all you had
have
was
nothing to
Malik.
lose.
All you had was Malik Davis and Hunter Lipke to get you through that game after they sat Javonte late second quarter into the second half.
Practice day window.
Maffa, you could do Maffa.
So you could do Maffa. I prefer to see a Maffa.
You'd have to make
say
a
a
roster
lot.
move with that.
Yeah.
Don't put guys on IR.
You said what happened?
I think Malik Davis getting carries says a lot.
That's true.
Already about what they felt. But and I think it's because of the pass protection, but I'm not gonna go there. Keeping George Pickens, please. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Love what you do on third down for this team. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep George Pickens.
Okay. Bree, what you keeping?
You can repeat it.
I was gonna say, dang, who else?
Yeah, you can keep the same thing.
I mean,
no.
I'll be different. And I'll be different because what in the?
I know I gotta go.
I will keep, even though this wasn't Dak's best game, I'll still keep Dak Prescott because in the big moments, like to the point of the 86-yard, like if you guys remember last week, that exact same play happened. Turpin didn't finish running. It was like communication, and for them to hit it and for him to have that confidence in running that same thing this week or Thursday, give me Dak Prescott anytime, any place.
I'm sorry for my outburst. I apologize. I thought that one came to my mind when you was talking, and we didn't get to see it that much. But Big Brevin span forward.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, can we keep him receiving the ball? He looked like a swole gazelle.
A swole
gazelle.
Yeah.
Fast,
I like
but
that.
stout.
That's cool.
Yes, he's actually very athletic for his size, and that's something I think is going to be a nightmare.
2 targets. I wouldn't mind taking, I'm not going to say no names, but taking 2 other targets from somebody else and putting them.
Yeah.
Evans? That's fair.
He's done a lot of, like you say, he's done a lot of the dirty work, getting to see him kind of go free in the middle of the field. His size, there are not DBs that can tackle him. There's nobody coming, like, if they are able to really get that, because safeties and stuff already kind of struggle with tight ends, but as big as he is, and as physical as he is capable of being, some of those over the middle routes and stuff like that could be terrorizing. Go ahead, Nicole. I just want to say, I was going to cheat.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
He's
I like
somebody
that
I
one.
want to keep.
I like how they were all offense. Nobody likes to keep anything on defense.
Well, that brings me to my next gift. What are you returning to sender?
Oh my gosh.
On the offense?
Nope. It can be offense or defense.
The whole linebacker core. Besides the Nuggets, like a Shamar, he's still a Nugget.
I was gonna
He
say,
got
does
time.
Maris count? Because he got 2 snaps last game.
Well, then they feel how it feels.
Nah.
But what I would say, the linebackers, I think that you got to overhaul that thing. Besides the young guys, they deserve a chance. But what you've gotten from that linebacker room has not been enough at all. I mean, to a point to where you brought someone in, it didn't work. You brought another person in, it didn't work. They ain't even seeing the field. Not okay.
I think you can say the same thing about the secondary, though. Really, your cornerbacks. Granted, they've battled with injuries. Losing Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs out for most of the season. But even when he is, in the games, you've seen missed tackles, missed reads, and you have a little nugget in there playing, trying to also learn on the fly. So, yeah, I'm gonna say the cornerback situation has not been something that you could be really pleased with all year.
Yeah.
Well, since you guys got linebackers and secondary, I'll return the pass rush. I'll say it still needs assembly. How about that?
I'm
Okay.
screaming.
That's your news. Okay, got you.
Well, since you guys attacked all of the defense on every level, I'll take it to the sideline, and I think the scheme needs assembly.
So you
assembly or return?
Return to center or needs assembly?
I don't even know, y'all, because I'm scared to say return.
We
to
don't know.
sender.
I mean, it's
you might not be able to return it. We might have that 31 past the 30 days, so you might just have to reassemble.
Breeden said,
yeah, we're well past 30 days.
we need to turn on
Some
YouTube.
people are real stingy with their return policy, let me tell you.
That's very true.
Yeah, they charging you now.
It's very
It's
ghetto.
expensive.
Store credit, too. Give me my money back.
Please.
I'm screaming.
All right. Gift number 3 needs assembly.
There we go.
Knees assembly.
I'm sorry. This is kind of harsh. I didn't think about this.
It is a little
That's why I can't
harsh.
say no names.
Needs
I gotta
some
look
work.
some of these people
That
up there.
sounds a little nicer. Needs some work.
That's fair.
Knees assembly.
Needs some work.
Hey, how about how about coverage? Special teams. We hadn't talked about coverage.
We haven't.
Thank you.
How we
bless
let
you.
them get by?
Kristen.
And return game.
fair.
The return has been below par this year. So I'd say other than Brandon Aubrey and Brian Anger and Trent Sig. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Special
three
teams.
amigos.
Yeah.
Not the three amigos.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I think what else needs assembly is what does the head coach want the defensive side of the ball to feel like, be like? How do they figure that out? They need to assemble and put together that side of the ball to marry to what they do on the offensive side of the ball, like immediately.
Yeah.
So I think that portion needs assembly to me.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the number one off-season priority, doesn't it?
It gotta be.
Absolutely.
It's such a glaring hole right now.
Or you're going to be in the same situation, waiting till midway through the season, kind of start figuring things out, and even then didn't really start figuring things out, really haven't figured things out, or really meshed what your scheme, personnel, what head coach wants, all hasn't fit just yet. But hopefully the Cowboys do figure that out. Off-season starts in about a week, but they have the Giants up next. Yeah, final game of the season.
it
It's
crazy?
a noon kickoff, too. They did announce that it is a noon kickoff on Sunday. So, are you guys? Oh, you're not traveling.
I am not.
Christy?
I will. It
Hold
will
us
be a
on.
high of 30 degrees on Sunday.
I'll be thinking
so
of you
really, yeah.
from the
Bree, you sure
studio.
you don't want to come?
I'll be having hot chocolate in the studio.
We'll be
thinking of
praying for you,
Christy.
You sure you don't want to
From here.
come?
That
The season flew by.
It did. It
Flew
really
by. No? Y'all feel like?
It didn't feel like it day by day, but looking back, it did.
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
feel like we just started.
Well, draft coverage starts soon. Aisha will be, giving us the best of the best. Also here on DallasCowboys.com, we will have the best of the best draft coverage coming to you soon. But that's a wrap for today's show. We're going to be breaking down the New York Giants-Cowboys matchup all week long. But, of course, we got to go. For Brianna Aldridge, Christy Morrison, Aisha Morrison, Nicole Hutchison, we'll see y'all back here tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?